Good morning. It is currently Thanksgiving Day, and since we're doing Thanksgiving things, I figured I'd bring yarn with me. So I think I said in my last video, I did get 2 more of the Caron Anniversary Holiday Cakes. So I have Peppermint Plaid, and I have Jewels and Holly, and this is actually the one I think I'm gonna work on. I think I'm gonna make this in some sort of like continuous square, so like a square, and you just keep increasing and making the square bigger until the yarn is used up. I think that's what I'm gonna do with this. No particular pattern in mind. I might just wing it. For this one, I do have a particular pattern I'm thinking of using. And since I've never done it before, I'm not going to work on that today. I'm going to work on this one. I don't know. I'm really feeling the purple and the pink, and I want to see what it looks like when we get up to the greenish color. So that's what I'm going to work on today. Alright, good morning. I have been here and there working on a crochet sample swatch to show all of the colors of the, I believe this colorway was Jewels and Holly of the Caron Anniversary Cakes, but the holiday versions that came out. So I've been working on this. It's taken me a while to work on this video because so much has happened lately. I'm gonna crochet a bit and give you an update. You're fine, chicken. Alright, anyways, what's been going on the last few weeks? We had a neighbor's dogs come and attack our sheep, which was very stressful. One of our sheep was injured. Her name is Dottie. They made a wound about this big on her side. Luckily, she's okay. She is healing. We got her to the vet, and she got like antibiotic injections, and I had to give her daily injections for like 5 days after the attack. But essentially, I like woke up that morning. It was like a perfect morning. I made my coffee. I was going to eat a half of a Danish, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw dogs chasing my sheep. So I ran outside as fast as I could. I didn't have my phone. I didn't have any kind of weapon or anything to defend myself or my sheep. And I wasn't even thinking. Like, it was very stupid of me to run out there and put myself between the sheep with nothing. Like, luckily they didn't try biting me, but I ran down as fast as I could because I saw that they cornered Dottie and started attacking her. And like, as I'm running down, they ripped open her side. I saw it. Like, all I could think of was that I had to save Dottie. I was afraid she was going to be killed. It was so stressful. I ended up getting myself between Dottie and the dogs, and then all I could pick up was 2 like logs, like that for like a fireplace, cut like about this long, like this thick. 2 of them to fend the dogs off of my sheep. That's literally all I had. I couldn't call for help. I didn't have my phone. I was just like fending them off. The sheep all ran behind me. And I just defended them as long as I had to before they decided to leave. The owner of the dogs came and grabbed them. But Dottie was injured and bleeding, and it was not good. I was very angry. Yeah, so that happened. They did pay for the vet bill, the owners, but this. Oh, I also have a new puppy. You can probably hear that. And we got the puppy because of this incident, so he can grow up and be a livestock guardian dog. He's a Great Pyrenees Blue Heeler mix. I saw a flyer for him at a local feed store. There was a litter of them, and I was like, I looked at my husband. I'm like, we need to get one of these after the attack because we need something to protect our sheep when we're not actively watching them. That's actually Dottie. Right there, the one that got attacked. It's hard. Yeah, over here. Her legs are up there in that corner. So she's doing okay. But the thing is, she used to be the most sweetest, trusting sheep in the world. Like, she had no fear of anything. She was bottle fed and raised by 4-H. She just had no fear, and now since being attacked, she's like even scared of us. Like, and she's probably still, like, the wound's still healing, so it's got to be uncomfortable. And I don't blame her, but it's just so depressing how that one attack has changed her personality. She's fearful now, and we just have to, over time, try to get her comfortable again. And those dogs have a taste for blood now, and they're going to keep trying to come back anytime the owner lacks in watching them and keeping them contained. So I am constantly in a state of stress that they're going to come back and try to kill my sheep. So that's very upsetting. And then after the attack, I also had, I'm just going to briefly hit on this. I'm not going to, because it can be triggering to people, but after the attack, I also had a 4th pregnancy loss. And then, of course, we got the puppy, which is also very stressful because I'm an introvert and puppies are very extroverted, and I have to spend a lot of time training him. He does really well following me around the property, and I've taught him to sit. We've been working on his, like, biting. Well, he doesn't, like, bite, but, you know, puppy nipping, trying to play with you. But he's done really good with the training to deter him from that. So to deter him from that, when he does try to, like, nip / bite or play with us, you grab the collar and you don't let go until they calm down. And when they're calm, then you're like, good boy, and you pet them. It kind of puts you in the place of being the boss and then them submitting, and they know not to bite because they don't want their collar grabbed and to wiggle around, and they don't like not being able to freely move. So that has been very successful. He's whining because he's in an outdoor pen and he wants to be with me, but if I'm crocheting and he's with me, he's going to be trying to bite my yarn and play with it. So he's in there. I don't keep him in there all day. I do let him out and run around with him throughout the day. We're trying to get him used to the pen, and he also doesn't sleep outside. He sleeps inside in a kennel, which he does really well with. Anyways, this is probably going to be a long video because of my talking about everything that's been going on. Anyways, I'm just going to work on making this sample a little larger, and then I will go back and try the other colorway that I have. I believe it's called Peppermint Plaid. That's the other colorway I still need to make a sample with, but this is what this colorway is looking like. Now, I'm not really sure where they were going with this colorway because I do like it, but it's not very holiday to me. It's just like pink and purple. It's got, I mean, I guess this bluish color is a little bit holiday for Christmas, but I don't get the colorway fully for holiday unless maybe it's supposed to be more of a Halloween-y geared colorway. Then it might make sense. I'm gonna have to let the puppy out. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna let the puppy out so he stops whining and bugging neighbors, and maybe I'll be able to continue crocheting. We'll see. Come here. Come on. Come here, come here. Good boy. Come here. Come get it. Come here. Come around me. Treat. Yeah. Good. You came to me. Good boy. Alright, I think I'm pretty much done making a crochet sample swatch for this yarn. I think I did it enough to show what all of the colors look like. Worked up in at least a square. It actually is a very pretty colorway. I love all of the colors in this. It's just not giving me holiday. I'm gonna get the other ball of yarn that I haven't worked up yet and start working that into something now. I think I made this sample big enough for now, but I will finish crocheting this into a big square eventually, but I'm going to try working up the next one now. I'm going to quickly show you a little project that I've been working on. I started a sock and it looks very nice. I'm using patent sock yarn in the colorway Route 66, I believe, but it's very fun, and I thought I'd make a pair of socks for my mom for Christmas that I'll put in her stocking. I'm getting pretty close to finishing it. I'm not quite at the part where you decrease for the toe, but I'm getting close to there. It looks very nice. I like the colorway, and it's so nice to have yarn that just automatically changes in stripes without having to cut off the end of the yarn and tie on a new color. I really like how this is turning out. It looks so fun. Okay, so I'm making a pair of socks. This is what I've been putting in my purse, so if I'm out and about and I want to work on something, it's just a tiny project I can work on. So I'll finish the first sock and then I'll cast on the second once this is done. Alright, so this is the colorway that I need to make it into something. I think this one's called Peppermint Plaid. And I think I might use the little boxes crochet pattern that's on the Creative Grandma's Stitch of the Week kind of sample page. That's the one I was thinking of making it, because it kind of fits the name of the yarn, Peppermint Plaid, and then having like a square boxy pattern. That's what I'm thinking of anyways, but yeah, I might try it. I've never made that pattern before, so I think I might try that one out. Alright, good morning. I am excited because I have at least worked up large samples of 5 out of 6 of the Caron Anniversary Holiday Cakes. There's one still that I haven't gotten, which is like the more blue colorway, and I can't think of its name, but here is to Jules and Holly. And I will say, this is probably one of my favorite colorways of it. It's just super pretty, even though it's not giving me like super holiday, you know, vibes. It's, the colors are pretty and it works up really nice. I really like it worked up in the square, and I will continue working this up into a square blanket, like a little throw, until all of this yarn is used up, but I wanted to show it as it is now. I will continue working on this in the future. Alright, sorry if you can hear an airplane, but I want to film right now. So this next colorway, I haven't worked up all of it, clearly, but I've worked up a large sample. This is the Peppermint Plaid colorway, and the pattern I used for this is called Little Boxes, and it is on the Creative Grandma's website under her like Stitch of the Weeks. I wanted to try out a new pattern. I think this pattern does work best with a solid color, but I just wanted to try a new stitch pattern that I hadn't used before, so this is what it looks like. It actually looks really good. But essentially I wanted to crochet until I got through all of the colors so you can kind of see the color progression. So this is what it looks like. It looks really nice. I actually really do like it. I was afraid on the camera you wouldn't really be able to pick up the stitch pattern very well, but I can see it. It looks good. Alright, so this one, it's not necessarily my favorite colorway, but I think it looks nice. I think it's just like, I think I'm not super into this color. But it looks fine. I like how it looks, so I'll continue working this up until I run out of yarn in the future. I'm not going to work on it anymore today, I don't think. Unless I get a hankering to. But yeah, this is what this sample looks like. I will do a quick recap of the other colorways I have previously worked up in another video. That way you can see all the colorways I've worked up so far of this Caron Anniversary Holiday yarn. Alright, for the next two colorways, I did work up the entire cake of yarn for. So these ones were finished. So this first one is Gingerbread Forest. I think this was the super easy chevron stitch or something like that. I don't exactly remember the name. I did get it off of the Creative Grandma Stitch of the Week website. And then I also did like my own makeshift border, but this is this colorway. Alright, so this is one cake of the Caron Anniversary Holiday Cake in Gingerbread Forest, and then the other one I finished, I made into sort of a long wrap with a chevron stitch. And this is the entire cake, just one of them. And what I typically use this for, I've used it a couple times, is just like a quick wrap to throw around if I was cold. And this is the Mary Maximus colorway. Yes. Alright, and then I do have one more colorway that is partially worked up. I did make a large sample of it. I've worked on it here and there, but it's not finished. But it is one of my favorite colorways of this collection. Alright, so the last colorway I'm showing you that I have started working up into a pattern. Oops, I dropped some yarn. Alright, so I've worked up about half of this cake. This is called Holly Jolly, I believe, the colorway, but it's actually, it might be my favorite just because I love the pink, the red, and the green. I want to say the stitch pattern was called like Shells and a Trellis or something, but it's really beautiful worked up. This is one of my favorite stitch patterns that I've used for these yarns, but it's so pretty. This color is beautiful. It's definitely my favorite colorway out of all of these so far, and it's a shame I haven't finished it yet. I do need to work on this, but it's so pretty. 10 out of 10. Love this colorway. The last colorway that I do not have, I have not gotten it yet. I think it's called Frozen something. Let me look it up. Yeah, so the only colorway that I have not gotten is called Frosted Fairy Tale. I have not seen it in stores yet. I've gotten all of the others. If you really want me to try to find the last colorway to work it up so that I've made up every colorway myself into some sort of pattern, let me know in the comments. I might work harder on getting it. We haven't really had money to spend on yarn, but maybe this weekend if I do go by Michael's, maybe on Sunday. We have a wedding on Saturday, so I can't do it then. But if we do go out to run some errands on Sunday, I might stop by Michael's just to see if they have it. Maybe I could check 1 or 2 locations. If anyone just really wants me to work up that last colorway so that I can have an even, I've worked up all colorways of this yarn, let me know. Should I work harder on that? I think I could order it online if I really wanted to, but Then I'd have to see if there's a code for free shipping or something. Anyways, we'll see. If you really want me to work up the last colorway, let me know. But I think this is going to be it for this video. I've showed you all of the colorways I've worked up so far. 2 of them I have finished completely. I've worked up the whole cake. And I have 3? Yes, 3 that I have not finished into a full, like, little throw. They're not like full-size blankets, but they're decent little throws, and they're really cute. Especially when you kind of play with the stitch pattern so that they're all a little different. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a good day. Okay, bye!